Hi, I'm Predovich and my startup is called Bravrr. I'm here today to talk to you about the over $100 billion global sleep market and the secret $9 billion niche we found inside of it that's 90% underserved. Now, first of all, I want to say that I'm sorry I couldn't be there with you today. I appreciate that you are allowing for this video so it gives me a chance to talk about my company and what we're working on. But a couple weeks ago, my company got some very exciting news that we are accepted into and will be joining the HACS Hardware Acceleration Program that runs out of Shenzhen, China in San Francisco. And so as you're watching this video, we are on our way to Shenzhen, China to participate in the first 4 months of the program, which will be getting our device ready for manufacturing. And the second part of the program will be in San Francisco, where we will build more industry partnerships as well as look for additional investors as well. So we're really excited about what we're working on. We're excited to be heading out to Shenzhen, but really appreciate your time today and just being with us through video at least. Now let's talk about Bravrr. Our mission is to help you become braver, utilizing wearable diagnostics, biofeedback technologies, and cognitive training tools to help you live a better, bigger life. My team that's joining me in this mission is Trevor, who is an electrical engineer from Bozeman, Montana. Andre, who is a web and app developer from Moldova that I met a few years ago in a pre-acceleration program. Chris Miller is another firmware developer from Bozeman, Montana. And Lee Christie is kind of a jack of all trades, done a lot of products that are out there on the market. But he will be helping us integrate machine learning into our backend to increase the abilities of our sensors in our technology. Also on our team is Dr. Chris Salerno, who is the chief editor of Dental Economics magazine, Dr. Lou Schumann, who is one of the key architects behind Invisalign's multi-billion-dollar launch into the dental industry, and also has a monthly column in Dental Product Reports for dental innovation, and John Kringle, who is on our team as well, who has been helping us navigate the regulatory pathway for our device, and also will be helping us with marketing as well. Now to go back a few years, actually many years, I went to college at the Air Force Academy. I was a behavioral scientist major there, but I also did a lot of engineering coursework. I spent about 10 years in the Air Force as a behavioral scientist, as well as I also co-founded a mortgage company and was the chief marketing officer of that company. I specialize in generation and sales. And a few years ago, I kind of tried to change up my life, accomplish a big goal in my life, which is live at least 1 year overseas. And so I sold everything I owned and I moved to Bali, Indonesia. And I went there to be kind of a digital nomad, focusing on my marketing business. But Bali had different plans for me, and big reason why I'm here today. I got there, and with the first 4 months, it was had some very traumatic events. The first month I was there, I got into a motorcycle accident where I got a really bad concussion, broken bones, and some stitches. About a month after that accident, I was put back into the hospital with dengue fever. And then about a month after that, I ruptured a disc in my lower back. Spent about 2 months in bed on painkillers before finally having back surgery in Bangkok, Thailand. So all these events, events happening so fast together, left me very stressed out on every level. And that's when I started waking up every single morning with this pain in my jaw and these migraines. And at first I didn't know what it was, what was causing it. But I recalled that people that I've been around in the past, that this is typically caused by bruxism, so unconscious teeth grinding. And so as a behavioral scientist, I remembered a lesson that this bruxism, it's a behavior. It's something that you're doing and you can stop it. And so I started to recall biofeedback therapy and did some more research. And I thought, well, maybe I can create a device for myself to fix this problem, to unlearn this behavior. And so I did all my research. I went to a robotics shop in Singapore, got all the parts I needed, and started constructing my first prototype on my bathroom floor of my hotel. I tried that prototype out, and within about 6 weeks, this behavior was gone. And so that's when I started really doing the research on maybe there's some other people that want this kind of therapy. It was at that point that I discovered that every month there's over 600,000 searches on Amazon.com of people looking for a product to deal with their bruxism. And it's that point that I also started emailing every investor I could find, applying for every accelerator program I could find, and I landed myself a spot at a pre-accelerator program. So no investment, but a pre-accelerator program that would step through the lean methodology, have me interview my customers, have me interview people in that industry. And this is where I made my big aha. After about 70 interviews with bruxism sufferers, and after about 50 interviews with dentists, I found the biggest problem here with bruxism is actually diagnosis. 1 in 3 people suffer from bruxism, but sadly, only about 8% ever get diagnosed or receive treatment. So first of all, people don't even know they have it, and that's a big problem. Now, there are diagnostic solutions that are out there that are capable of assessing whether or not a person has bruxism, but they're really meant for assessing various disorders as well, such as sleep apnea, chronic snoring. And these are at-home sleep monitors. They're incredibly complex. There's wires everywhere. They're hard to sleep with, and they require special training and special software for the dentist and his staff to use. Now, the other problem with these diagnostic solutions is they're incredibly expensive, $5,000 to $6,000 per unit, and the consumables, things that you use for every single test, is around $18 per use. Now, the second big problem with bruxism that we need to talk about is the pain. Bruxism causes headaches, migraines, neck pain, jaw pain, TMJ, tooth erosion, and broken teeth. Unfortunately, the only solution for the pain is pills, pain medication. Now, the third big problem that we need to address with bruxism is the lack of treatment options. Dentists can only prescribe dental splints, which are plastic mouth guards that the patient wears to bed overnight. And these plastic mouth guards, they protect the patient's teeth, but they do little to stop the unwanted behavior of bruxism. The pain continues, that behavior continues, the clenching, the grinding, and that's what causes the headaches, the migraines, the jaw pain, the neck pain, and the TMJ. So this option is great to protect the teeth, but it doesn't stop the behavior itself, and that's what we're going to do. Biofeedback therapy is a pill-free treatment. It addresses the root cause of the pain and the frustration, which is the behavior itself. Now, there are 2 other biofeedback therapy devices that are on the market that range from $400 to $600, and they've been proven to work. The problem is these devices are too expensive for the average consumer, and they rely on an ineffective sensor technology called EMG. EMG is a sensor that measures the electrical activity inside the muscle when the muscle's firing. But unfortunately, outside of the lab environment, the EMG sensors are highly ineffective. If the person sweats at night, if they perspire on any level, if they're moving around, if they're shifting, if the sensor's not placed perfectly, it has a really hard time reading the muscle firing accurately. So we've developed something better. Now, we talked about the 3 big problems with bruxism. The diagnostic equipment that is out there is far too expensive for dentists. It's too complex and requires too much special training to actually utilize in their office. Second problem of pain, all we have is pills. The third option of lack of treatment options, where dentists can only prescribe dental splints, this needs to change. And so let me introduce to you Brux Relief, our solution for bruxism. Brux Relief is a smart, wearable device that connects to your smartphone so the dentist can use Brux Relief to assess if bruxism is present in their patient and diagnose them. Now, if bruxism is diagnosed in the patient, the dentist can then prescribe Brux Relief's built-in biofeedback therapy to help the patient reduce or eliminate their bruxism pain and frustration. The Brux Relief app is built for dentists and their patients. It offers incredibly easy assessments to perform and requires no special software or training for the dentist or the dentist staff. And with Brux Relief's built-in biofeedback therapy and cognitive training tools, the patient will have all the tools they need to help them reduce or eliminate their bruxism disorder. Finally, the dentist now has a complete solution to address this very big problem. Now, here's the other cool piece of Brux Relief. In developing our solution, we took a look at all the problems that occur when you're using EMG sensor technology that our competitors use. We wanted to solve these problems, so we developed our own. Currently, our sensors, our novel sensors, are patent pending in the US and China, and they give us great flexibility in terms of our pricing and our approach and how reliable they are for the dentist and the consumer. But even more importantly than that is that these sensors can have applications other places. Currently, for our type of sensors, there's an over $2 billion global market for these types of sensors. And that's expected to increase by $3 billion by 2026. So the future's bright for just our sensors alone. With our sensors and the simplicity of which we designed our device and mobile app to work easily for the dentist when performing assessments and be a powerful solutions for the patient's pain, we are excited for the future. We're excited for our journey ahead, and we'd like you to join us. In the next several months, we're going to be in Shenzhen, China, getting Brooks Relief ready for manufacturing, as well as making our first run. But my goal, our goal, is to bring Bravrr back to Canon City. And that's where I need your help and your support. So join us on this journey. To make a big change in your life, to make a big change in your health, to make a big change in your community, you need to be brave. We're here to help you become braver.